From the top of the CBS Interactive building in San Francisco, California, it's the Apple Byte Extra Crunchy with your host, Mr. Brian Tong.
Whoa. That was a mistake, but he just called me hot.
I think I was trying to say like podcast or something.
No, you're trying to say hot. Just admit it.
You're a hot host.
I've heard that from both sides of the fence. I am completely comfortable with who I am, and I embrace it all.
Nice.
Bring it. Thank you. And my hot co-host is with the mostest producer,
What's up? Howdy.
Stephen Beecham in the house. All right, everybody, this is Apple Byte Extra Crunchy episode 21. 21, a nice number. Also, just to let you know, before the break, we will be doing our prediction show today. So we're going to start off with a few headlines and then get to our predictions of the year. And then you won't hear from us for a few weeks because we'll be on vacation. We'll be at CES. And then we will return to our normally scheduled programming.
Yes.
Correct?
Post-CES. CES is going to drain us.
If we survive.
So, yes, we will survive.
So let's just get to some stories. We only have a few here to go over, and then we'll jump into our predictions. But we talked about it last week, how 60 Minutes was doing a profile behind the scenes on Apple, showing inside their laboratory where they designed that amazing smart case battery that we all obviously know and love.
Yes.
It holds a very near and dear place in my heart.
It's very special.
Near the trash can. So a lot of people on the internet were watching this video, and in one of the shots, one of the interviews, there was a MacBook in the background that was kind of angled differently and kind of weird, and people were like, "What is that?" Like they didn't know. It really didn't look like a 12-inch ultra thin, but it still looked like an ultra thin in the way it was angled. Made people wonder, is that the new MacBook Air Pro 15-inch Retina? Apple has gone on the record and told Tech Insider it is not, but people literally freaked out. And if you look at the pictures, you can check out Tech Insider. If you're watching us right now, you could see that it looks a little different. But
I'm shocked that people can see that kind of stuff, you know? It's just since in the background.
I think the proportions threw them off based on the picture. It does look very 15-inch-ish, I've got to admit, but there is no way Apple is going to just leave new hardware laying around. In fact, when they went to the lab, they covered like tons of their tables with big old sheets, or they're all covered in these like big old tarps, so you couldn't see what was going on. So, anyways, if you got excited, that's not it. Although if you tilt it at an angle, that might be what it looks like. Also, just to get people really excited, believe this one. Nowhere Else FR posted a video recently of what was purported to be an iPhone 7, like from a factory, and it looks totally fake. In actuality, it actually looks too well produced.
And it's funny because the person's wearing the gloves like in Foxconn or something, you know? So it's like, I don't know. But I was studying this very closely.
You're studying the video really closely.
Yes.
And what did you find in your mind?
I'm looking for a port, like what ports there are. Oh, and then someone screams, "Hey!"
It's so rehearsed.
Yeah, it's so fake.
Dude has the white gloves, has like a bodysuit, and you hear at the end someone say, "Hey!" and then the person like puts it away. This is not the iPhone 7. The reason why people like jump to conclusions, this is the first phone. It had kind of a generic iPhone looking back rear surface, but there's no home screen button on it. So then people are like, "Oh, are they gonna get rid of the home button?" They're not. This is all fake. Right now, it's Christmas. It's the gift that keeps on giving, and we're just getting fake stuff right now.
It is funny though.
We
got to do that. Why don't we make a stupid, fake iPhone 7 video?
It'd be pretty easy actually.
Yeah,
it'd be very easy these days.
And the name of the YouTube channel that posted it too was called what? Let me see. The YouTube channel was called Viral Video Lab. By the way,
that's not real. Viral Video Lab is the YouTube channel, not real. Trying to be viral. It's fake.
It's funny.
Also, I think that you would like this story, Mr. Beecham. Apple once again rumored to be developing a high-resolution audio format. This is according to Mako Takara at this weekend's Portable Audio Festival in Tokyo, according to several sources familiar with Apple whose products are shown off at this festival. The company has been developing a high-res audio streaming, basically a codec or format, up to 96 kilohertz, 24-bit.
Wow.
For 2016.
Man, that's gonna eat up your hard drive.
Now, this is what's going on. The Lightning terminal with iOS 9, right? The Lightning, what it's capable of pushing, is compatible up to 192 kilohertz at 24-bit.
Wow.
So this, to me, logically leads to something we might talk about in our predictions. If Lightning is able to handle this, if Apple is potentially developing a high-res audio streaming format, does this point to even more information that they are going to get rid of the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack?
It definitely does. Yes. This is more clues to the
little bit of breadcrumbs just here and there.
Yeah, I mean 192. I don't even record music at 192. It's too big, and it takes a long time for a session to open. You know, like if you open in Pro Tools, all the tracks pop up. It takes like 10 minutes or something. But I think 192 might be a little overkill.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it even necessary?
I don't think
can our
it's necessary.
Ears interpret?
Our ears, your ears will be able to hear a difference for sure, but it's also gonna weigh down your hard drive. Like it's gonna take forever to sync songs and to even just transfer songs. I mean, that's a big file. So I record at 48, maybe 88 occasionally, but 48 is like the way, 48's the easiest.
I have a question. Could someone be able to tell the difference through their earbuds that they listen to?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
You think so? Even through little earbuds?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Especially the new ones. The new ones sound great. So you can hear a difference. I can tell the difference between a Wave and an MP3 easily.
Well, because you're Stephen Beacham.
Well, it's just, just is big, just so much fuller. It just sounds a lot heavier and fuller,
So Apple has their uncompressed. Oh my gosh, off the top of my head, they have their own audio file format that it's not called Apple Play, but they gave their own little clever name to their audio format. People can remind me, right? We always have our periscopers. This is just like when I was talking about Exit at the gift shop.
Oh yeah,
and I couldn't remember it off the top of my head because we're just flowing. But
it's the beauty of a chat room.
Who knows if we'll see this? But again, these are breadcrumbs that are pointing to maybe Apple really ditching the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack.
Yeah,
I still don't see it, but this could be crazy. This could be crazy. Okay, and then finally, just a little quick story. Facebook for iOS. As of today, it'll be a rollout. They're gaining support for iPhone 6s live photos. So you could post your live photos through the Facebook app, and then people who have their phones, if they hold on to it, they'll actually be able to see that play. Those animated photos.
That's cool.
It's kind of neat.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't already have this, but it's all good.
It's cool. They finally integrated the photos into it. So that's cool. Okay, so really, it's a short week. It's the holiday season starting up. Not too much Apple news going on, but we know what's most important to you all. The predictions. That's why you came here. Yes. Predictions for 2016, my people. So I guess we'll kind of get them in the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's me, Nostradamus.
Oh man, I need my lightning. Where's my lightning?
Do you have your lightning
thunder
effect?
Yeah, I used to have that from Buzz Out Loud.
So every year we do predictions. We're gonna do it on Extra Crunchy because guess what? The show is extra crunchy. So I have a general statement. Do you have a general statement for next year, or would you like me to start off?
You start. We'll just go back. How about we just go back and forth? You start, and then I'll do mine.
Because we have our bold predictions, but I'm gonna start off with a general statement about 2016. Okay. So what I feel like, I really feel like 2016, Apple is going to have a relatively flat year for Apple. I'm going to turn down the music a little bit. Oh, there's the lightning.
I feel like this year they had a relatively
No, but that's why I'm
year.
saying next year will be even flatter. And this is why, okay? We were like hoping. Oh, is it all right if you turn on the music?
Sure.
I'm starting to get distracted. It was good for a second, totally. And then I'm like, I would feel bad for people that have to listen to that the whole time. It just right. They're gonna be like, I can't listen to this anymore. So, look, this year was supposed to be really like the biggest year for Apple. They released a new Apple TV. They released a new product platform, an Apple Watch. They released the iPad Pro. They had Apple Music. I'm not going to talk about the smart battery case. That doesn't count. But these are, and also, right, we have iPhone 6s with 3D Touch. Okay.
Yeah.
These are all, most of those products were first-timers for Apple. None of them exploded. None of them took over, like, the public consciousness, like the general consumer, and took them by storm. So you're like, okay, because when I was ready for 2015, I actually thought it would be one of the most exciting years we'd seen from Apple in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the thing that got me excited most was for personal reasons, but I know most people don't care. iPad Pro and then 3D Touch. Those were the two coolest things about it. But the Apple Watch is a half-baked product. We've talked about the Apple TV is a half-baked product. It's not complete. Even arguably, the iPad Pro is a half-baked product, not complete. Okay?
Yep.
So then I fast forward into what could be coming into 2016 and why do I think it might be a flat year? Well, there's a few make it or break it things that are going to happen for Apple for 2016. And these are what I put out. One make it or break it moment for 2016 will be Apple's live TV service. A, will we see it? B, how much will it cost? If it costs basically $50 just like every other cable service, no one's going to care. There's going to be nothing different about it.
No. Sling
offers an open package starting at $20. PlayStation Vue starts a package at like $50. But again, if Apple doesn't offer anything compelling, it's going to be like, okay, fine, Apple TV live service. MacBook Air 15-inch with Retina display, like an ultra-thin MacBook 15-inch, that might be arguably the most exciting product from a hardware side and for Apple fans. But is it going to take over the world by storm? I don't think so.
No.
Just because it's thinner? No, right? Okay, the third one, Apple Watch 2, right? The second generation of their Apple Watch. They have a lot of work to do. When I think about what they could do, adding Wi-Fi to it, making it thinner, having the same, maybe has a few extra health sensors, that's not going to blow up. So those three things that should be the key moments for Apple next year don't sound very appealing to me. And again, they just rolled out like 3 new platforms last year. So it's not like we're going to see a bunch of new toys this year.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just kind of giving people the real story. We know that the iPhone 7 will come out, but we know every year the iPhone drives most of their business.
Mm-hmm.
So those numbers, that percentage of whatever it is, like 60 or 70% of Apple's business is going to be driven by the iPhone. That's always going to be the case. Even if the iPhone 7 has this all new design, it's going to have 3D touch, it's going to have a different screen potentially, it might get rid of a headphone jack. It's still going to produce about the same numbers of what we've seen from past iPhones. So from an excitement level, I don't think we're going to see anything really innovative from Apple. I think it's just a business as usual. And this year was really supposed to be that year, but it didn't happen. I thought this year was supposed to be the innovative OMG year, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. That's why I'm saying I think Apple will have a relatively flat year in 2016.
They're just going to update all their toys that they already have.
And it's
just a big update.
General updates and then completing the products that were kind of half-baked, but they've lost a lot of the momentum because of that, right?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I don't know about you guys, but that's where I'm at.
Is Apple losing their mojo? I know we've been saying this for a year, but they are losing their mojo.
I think they've lost their mojo every year, just a little by little by little. And I do feel like 2016 is going to be the first year where we really feel like, where's the innovation? Because I look around and I see what Microsoft was doing. Microsoft in 2015 was the innovator of 2015 in my mind.
Big time.
HoloLens, Surface Book, Surface Pro.
Big time.
That's what they're working with. Apple's like, we made a bigger iPad. So, and it's frustrating. I mean, people, again, I have mostly Apple products. I love tech, but if everyone talks about Apple's the leader of innovation, I don't know if they can show me that they're the leader of innovation next year.
They could surprise us.
They could, but I'm just saying, I think now these days more people are surprised by new products. What if Apple came out with a VR product? Are we going to be surprised? No, Oculus has it. Samsung's Gear VR. Microsoft is doing a HoloLens. Like, that's not going to surprise us.
Yeah.
Apple Car is still roughly 2020. Even if the Apple put out a car, Tesla still has that name there right now.
Oh, Tesla.
Right?
Has it sealed.
And Tesla's like polished and
yeah.
That's a product. So I don't know. I'm just saying, think about it. This is not Hater Nation. This is just, let's think about really what do we have in store for us. Next year's like iPhone 7, iPad Air 3, incremental. Skylake processors, that's important for just processing in general. Everyone else is going to have that. Apple Music will probably evolve. They might make more money off of Apple Music, right?
Yeah,
more subscribers.
Definitely. Yeah.
Apple will make more money, but will they really truly innovate? They're really gonna have to show me something next year. I don't know.
They're busy building their fortress in Cupertino, so
they are, and they're
got
sitting
other
on
things to think
$200
about.
billions of cash coming out of their butt. But did I just like completely take the air out of you, Steven?
No, not at all. I have some predictions too. Were those all your predictions?
Oh,
or
that's
do you
my
have more?
general. I actually have our predictions,
go and
but
give me
that's
your-
my general statement for 2016.
I see.
It's
Okay.
kind of disappointing to me, quite honestly. It's quite disappointing. Okay, how about I've talked so much. I would like to hear from you. Steve and I both came up with kind of some predictions of the year, right?
Yeah, I wrote 3.
3?
And
Okay.
I think you wrote a few. So
I wrote a few. So I want to hear yours. Let's start with you first, and you can expand on one.
I need the Nostradamus.
Okay. Let's get warm up with a little bit of Nostradamus.
Okay, so my number 1 prediction is that the iPhone 7 will get rid of the 8th inch connector, as we previously predicted, or others have, and the media has predicted, and we'll all be sad about it for a short period of time, right? We'll all be bummed out, but we'll get over it, and then I think that the iPhone 7 will have not 1, but 2 lightning bolt connectors in the bottom.
You're going with the double up.
I think it's going to have 2. So that, you have one for your headphone, one for charging, and also you can open up options to have a monitor connected, other things, So
Okay.
that is my major bold prediction for the iPhone 7 in 2016.
One of my predictions is exactly that. They will, although I don't want it, Apple will get rid of the headphone jack.
Yes.
We're
all going to be sad, but we're going to get over it.
It's just like when people were sad on Twitter that they replaced the star for the heart.
Yes.
You're going to get over it. No one talks about that anymore.
And when the DVD replaced the VHS tape, everyone was bummed. They're like, I have all these VHS tapes. What am I going to do with them?
Yeah. No, people are going to be sad for because also the adapter's going to still let you use your headphones.
Yes.
But this whole Apple Lightning and this whole Apple working on a new high-res audio format, all these things, and Apple's planted the seeds long ago with their Made for iPhone program or Made for i program. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's all pointing there.
And we saw how Apple was the first to get rid of the floppy disk, right?
Yeah.
Apple now with their new ultra-thin MacBook 12-inch removed all ports except for a US. I think it has 1 USB port. It basically has like 2 ports on. I can't remember off the top of my head. Like an audio port
nuts,
and a single USB port.
Yes.
That's
and
what
we're almost completely done away with even having optical drives on computers.
Yeah, optical drive too, right?
Which is a bummer. I still use those occasionally.
No, it's true.
But so
Apple's pushed some of that. Let's just get rid of something and people will adjust to us because we're Apple, and it has happened. Has worked pretty decently. Even the whole, remember when Steve Jobs was like so anti-Flash?
Yes.
And people were like mad about that. Well, we don't really use Flash anymore. It's all HTML5.
It's true.
Well, some sites still use Flash, but I'm not going to mention them.
He was also against the stylus, and we still don't use a stylus. We use a pencil.
That's true.
So.
We use a pencil. We got to make sure we got to get that correct. It's a pencil. So
yes.
Okay, that is that was one of my
one.
predictions as well.
Cool.
So, how about, since we shared that same one, how about your next one?
Okay. So my second prediction, let me get my Nostradamus music back. I predict that Apple will release a standalone Apple Watch that does not require the phone, but will require an LTE data contract, and it will do FaceTime. I think that they will have FaceTime built in there. But, that's a very bold one. Hopefully Apple fans have been listening to all of... I think because Apple's been listening to all its customers, and I immediately when it came out, everyone's like, if it's standalone, I might buy it. But if I have to use my phone, then it's kind of worthless to me. So
I like that. I didn't really put an Apple Watch prediction on mine because I think they're just going to iterate it. I think that because the battery life on that really couldn't handle a 3G connection, I think they're not going to do it.
Okay.
I was disappointed they didn't do it from the start.
Yes.
Because
as everyone was.
Yeah, as everyone was. There's several Android-based watches that have their own cellular connection.
Yes.
And yeah, you have to pay for it, but at least you have the option.
Yeah.
So I would like to see the FaceTime though on a watch, just purely for fun.
Yeah.
Whether you use it or not, the fact that that's one of those things that Apple used to do. They would have this charming feature on it that people wouldn't really always use, but the fact that it existed, no one else had it, and you could use it, kind of made you use it a little more.
Yeah.
So
I use FaceTime all the time, so it just makes sense. Like, why not have it in the watch so it's even more convenient?
I just still can't stand those people that I've seen walk by me talking into their wrist. It's pretty embarrassing. Like you're gonna lose major cool points. That's all. You're just gonna lose cool points.
Total Dick Tracy stuff.
Yep. Okay. Here's one of my fun bold predictions. Apple is going to piss off fans and release an Apple TV 4K next year. And we'll finally get its live TV service, but it won't be different from any of the other carriers that have locked down the deal. So Apple's goal of trying to make an exclusive package that's $20 or $30 that would truly save consumers money. You have to think about this. Apple isn't in the business for saving consumers money.
No.
So they're not going to be motivated by that, and the networks and content carriers also want to make money.
Yeah.
So I think that this deal that happens, that gets done, is just going to be the standard a la carte kind of basic package. Pricing might be maybe a $5 difference instead of a $10 or $20 difference, but it won't. People might rave about it because it's on Apple TV, because mainstream media doesn't talk about Sling TV. Mainstream media doesn't talk about PlayStation View, but they'll talk about Apple TV. So it'll get a lot of publicity.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be any different. I do really think that they'll just do a jerk move and piss people off and just release a new Apple TV in a year. I don't know why.
It's happened before.
Yeah, it's happened before, right? What was that? Wasn't that the year you got an iPad 3, and then they released one 6 months later?
6 months later.
I was like, what?
I was like, all right.
So this is a prediction show. We're just throwing out stuff out there. It's for fun.
Yeah.
So that's where my brain's thinking.
Yeah, and just so everyone is aware, all you need to do is go buy an antenna for like $30-$40,
Yep.
and then you get all the free television you want in HD, and it looks awesome. It actually looks better.
It's all your local,
it's straight from the, it's straight from the signal. So
it's all your local network television stations. When we used to do it in the old days with the rabbit ear antennas, they have HD antennas at stores. I set one up in my old apartment years ago, and you can get all the networks, the basic networks like the big, Fox, CBS, NBC, ABC. Those will be all there just through an antenna, and then you can buy these extra packages for the cable plans through this digital subscription, a la carte-ish, not truly a la carte.
Yeah.
But you can make it happen and save. You can save around.
It's free.
$20.
Yeah, it's awesome.
If you love sports, though, it's hard. That's why I've never been able to do it.
That's the thing, sports. But sports is on all the big networks, So
some of it, yes.
Golf, football, baseball. So yeah, you can go that way if you're down.
Okay. Did you have?
I have one more. Yeah. Let me let's see. My last prediction. I'm predicting that in 2016 we will see our first glimpse of the Apple Car. Maybe in a commercial or on a stage at a keynote. Just a glimpse. Tiny glimpse. Like they've been hinting at it this year. I think they're gonna give us a little more of a hint next year. Because cars and apps and cars is huge right now. It's like the biggest thing right now. Our cars are becoming our entertainment center almost.
Yeah.
You leave your entertainment center at home and get into an entertainment center and go wherever you want to go. And all the traveling apps, navigation stuff. So Apple is way behind, and I think that they have to do something just to get everyone's attention.
Well, that leads up to my next prediction. Apple will build their own hoverboard. They will not. They will. I just made that up. That's not.
Lexus did. So why? I saw someone made a mock-up of an Apple drone, and it fooled tons of people, and it looked kind of cool too.
Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh,
yeah, they're making a drone.
That is so crazy."
God.
Look, Apple will. I don't know if it's this coming year. I actually, now that we're talking about this, just free flowing, I wouldn't be surprised if Apple came out with not a VR goggle headset or anything like that. But I wouldn't be surprised in maybe, let's say not in 2016, but 2017, once VR figures itself out, I wouldn't be surprised if Apple released some sort of product that's an accessory to capture VR video.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because they're going to wait for this whole market to settle itself down and figure it out, and then they're going to add something, or their iPhone will have the ability to capture VR video. It's going to be something like that, has some 360 camera on it, so that you could contribute to the whole VR movement.
I would love that. I would totally get an iOS VR camera.
There's already products. I think it's Ricoh that makes one that's just like a little handheld thing that you can hold, and it's literally and it's like the size of maybe an old iPod Shuffle. from back in the day, the white one.
Yeah.
And you just hold it and walk around. It captures audio in 360-degree HD video.
That's badass.
It's already out. It's like $300-$400 or something.
Nice.
Why not Apple just do something like that and just do it? Okay.
Yes. Real quick, yesterday at our Secret Santa party, Jason stole my gift, which is a Star Wars thing, right?
That's right.
This is inside baseball, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I had a Star Wars toy that I got at the Secret Santa party, and one of my friends stole it from me. And the gift that he had was lenses for an iPhone.
Yes.
Macro lens, wide angle lens, and all that stuff. And I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I was like totally stoked. He was all bummed out, and I'm like, oh my god. I
The
love
lens
this.
kit.
Yeah. So
awesome.
I mean, if they can build a 3D lens or something, that'd be dope.
Okay. The last thing, my last prediction here, nothing bold, but this year was allegedly supposed to be the year of the smartwatch, right?
Yes.
I think next year will allegedly be the year of the mobile wallet. I
Okay.
feel like mobile payments are finally going to be at least a thing. And what I mean by that is Apple Pay's been around a couple of years ago. I've been around a couple of years now. Samsung is finally getting their Samsung Pay figured out. We are now at the point where we have enough point of sale displays. The business deals are in place that we're going to really start using our phones more like mobile wallets. So I'm just going to call next year. It's either going to be the year of VR and VR porn or the mobile wallet.
Right on. I would love to use my mobile wallet to
For
get on
VR
the
porn?
bus. Yeah, VR porn, to buy VR porn. All that stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I can't do it now because I have an iPhone 5. But
Come on, man.
But yeah, I'm
Get the
gonna
7.
get on
Just
board.
wait for the 7. Just wait for the 7.
I gotta get on board.
Wait for the 7. It's probably right now. Might as well just wait for the 7.
How far away is the 7? You think?
Another September-ish?
September? Ooh, that's a long way.
For the record, my mom finally upgraded from an iPhone 4
nice
to an iPhone 6s this weekend.
That's awesome.
That's 5 generations of phones, people. She
Yeah.
might as well have been chiseling with like a hammer and a nail into like the walls or something.
Wow.
So she was really happy about that.
How does she cook dinner? Does she rub sticks together to make fire?
We do that. We've actually evolved to using magnifying glasses and tilting
cool.
them based on the light to
Sweet.
start a fire that way.
Cool.
That works as well.
Nice.
All right. Do you have any other predictions?
That's it. That's
All right.
my 3.
Those are our kind of bold / semi-realistic / fun predictions for the year. But now it's your turn. We asked you guys to send in your predictions, your calls. So we're gonna hit a few of your calls and kind of ruminate and see what you guys all thought as well that we could expect from Apple 2016.
All right. Let's listen to some phone calls.
Hey guys, it's Michael calling. So now, what I think is going to be introduced like to the Apple world in 2016, as much as I don't want this to happen, and I like the MagSafe adapters for the MacBooks, I think Apple is going to start introducing more USB-C cables or the adapters and stuff to the MacBook Air line that was rumored to be coming out like a refresh. So that's my prediction of 2016. And also, you did a great cover of "I Can't Feel My Face." I just wanted to let you know that, and I love the show. Thanks.
Right
Hey,
on.
we got to celebrate when someone gives us props for our music video.
Oh yeah.
We got to celebrate it. It was fun. It was super fun doing that.
Super fun. Man.
In response to USB-C, yeah, I mean, I think that as USB-C is starting to become a actually used, it's been around, but now companies are starting to integrate it into their products. I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a USB-C port, maybe one, but I don't think we're gonna all of a sudden see like 2 or 3 or anything like that. Apple's removing ports; they're not adding ports. And then Apple's still really stuck on their whole Lightning port. They put together that standard, and that's their proprietary cable and all that blah blah mumbo jumbo. So I don't think they're gonna get rid of it anytime soon, though.
No, it still feels new.
Yeah.
It still totally feels
Yeah.
new. So I don't think so either. Okay, next call.
Hello, this is Alain from Houston, Texas. And my prediction for next year for Apple, I think that for the next iPhone, I think they are going to ditch the 3.5 headphone jack. So, yeah, I love your show, H-Town, and I'll see y'all later.
H-Town in the house. In the house.
Represent. Houston, represent.
Yeah, he's on board with this. I think that Well, maybe Apple surprises us and they don't do it until the iPhone 7s, right? Maybe the iPhone 7 is the redesign, and the iPhone 7 then removes the headphone port. Who knows? I don't know. They want to they always keep you just like, at least they change one major thing, you know?
Yeah.
Faster processors for sure. Okay, next call.
All right.
Hi, I'm Margaret Robinson from Reston, Virginia. My tech prediction for 2016, Apple will say sorry for its sorry podcast app and put it back the way it was. Thank you.
Woo!
Amen.
Oh, throwing them bad apples.
I just realized she's listening to iPad Feel My Face in the
that's
background.
right. I just heard that.
That's funny.
I didn't get her name off the top of my head, but
Wait, I'll get it back.
we agree with you, ma'am, young lady.
Hi, I'm Margaret Robinson from
Margot?
Reston.
Margot Robinson. Yeah. Margot. We're on board with that. She called it the sorry podcast app.
It is totally sorry.
How about the fact that it's still on the iPad, you can't watch video podcasts full screen? In addition to the fact that it's just a mess.
I know, and iPads are made for consumption of video, practically.
I can't. Oh, well. I can't feel my face right now.
Okay, last call.
All right.
Hey, what's going on, BTZ? What's going on, Beecham? This is Shamar from Atlanta. Just wanted to give my prediction for 2016. I think we talked about this a little bit as far as Apple doing a peer-to-peer. I think they'll finally get that situated in 2016. They'll probably do it via Apple Pay through little fingerprint sensor and everything, so that you can do peer-to-peer payments. I think they'll finally bring back the bump. I don't know if you guys remember that, where you did like a fist bump in order to share contacts and photos. So, but that's my prediction. Hope you guys are having a good time. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.
Shamar bringing the call. Apple's pay-to-pay peer bump. I remember trying to bump with a lot of girls, but rejected every time.
I think I used that bump thing one time to send a picture or something to my wife.
I think I used bump for a skit. Like a skit, and then we got rid of, and then I never used it again.
Yeah.
It was like, it had its moment.
It was silly, and then I realized quickly, I'm like, why do I have to be next to someone and touch someone to send them something?
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it is silly.
So,
but doing their whole Apple launching out that peer-to-peer payment, yes, like kind of piggybacking on the fact that I think that 2016 will be the year of the mobile wallet, mobile payment thingamajigger. I think we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
I hope so. It's just so much better. So, all right, Beecham, I think that we are good to go for 2015.
Done?
Are we done?
We're wrapping up 2015.
We are wrapping up 2015 here on the Apple Byte Extra Crunchy.
All right.
So, guys, gals, thanks so much for hanging with us. Thanks for allowing the show to grow. We'll be back here next year. Give us a couple weeks. Back on track. Enjoy your time. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We got to cover all bases, right?
Yeah.
We got love for everybody.
Everybody.
All right. That's going to do it for the Apple Byte. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
All right.